The other day I was browsing YouTube and I noticed something really specific about thumbnails. And maybe it was because I hadn't showered today, maybe it was because I ate a whole pizza last night and was feeling bad about it. But for some reason, everyone on my homepage was so goddamn hot, which made me ask myself, am I ugly? Before everyone goes and rushes to type yes in the comments section, I want to go over my goals for this video. I want to find out if being conventionally attractive or face-maxed, you know, good jawline, clean face, strong profile and features, is going to help my YouTube click-through rate. Or in better words, are more people going to click my YouTube thumbnails if they think I'm hot, no matter what the content of the video is. But to test my theory, and I've got a long way to go, I have to get hot. I have to face max here. And to find out how to do that, I went to the most trusted source. The first YouTube video that came up when I typed face maxing into the YouTube search bar.
I'm not going to waste your time. Here's a no BS guide you can follow. It really is the most important thing that determines the attraction.
We knew that. Sharp jawline. This is the first thing we noticed, so it makes sense that this is the thing that matters.
By the way, I won't tell you about mewing because I know that only a very, very small percentage will stay consistent over years.
Oh, he's baiting me. Oh, hey, people won't do this secret trick. I know what you're after. I'm gonna start mewing right now. After being gatekept from mewing techniques, I learned that chewing a lot, doing neck exercises to thicken it, and losing body fat were the best ways to face max, to create a better face or at least upper above chest area for me. That means I need to learn daily routines. That means I need to learn what to eat. And that means I need to learn how to accessorize.
Wrong sunglasses can completely crash.
Sunglasses? Dude, this is for a YouTube thumbnail, buddy. I decided there were 3 aspects I was gonna have to do if I truly wanted to prove that I had face maxed for a month. And those are smooth, clear skin, a jawline that looks like it's chiseled from stone, and a neck that would make an F1 driver blush. With my research done and everything set into place, the only thing left to do was get started and let my wife know.
Are you doing one of your stupid videos again?
All right, week 1, let's start with the skincare routine. It is very important to keep your face clean and keep your face moisturized. And if you look at my skin, I have no idea what this looks like. I'm gonna start with my face. If we're talking about thumbnails, we're talking about face maxing, we're gonna need to worry about our skin. You know, some blemishes, some freckles. It can be a little dry in some places, oily in some places. And the number 1 tip is to wash and moisturize your face. I also bought vitamin C facial serum, as well as this looks like a sexual device. So I'm gonna wash my face, I'm gonna put on this serum, and then I am going to put on moisturizer. I just have like generic foaming facial cleanser and daily moisturizing lotion. So I'm gonna do this twice a day, every day for the next 30 days. Let's see how it goes. I don't actually know how to use this, but I do know how to turn it on. I'm just gonna put that in there. You think it's gonna work? All right, kind of hurts a little bit because you're exfoliating, you're getting the dead skin off. And so this is gonna prepare my skin, Jesus, for that serum and for the moisturizer. Now this is day 1, and I will say the thought of doing this twice a day is extremely painful. Maybe I'll switch to like a gentler head on this thing. All right, fuck. That was 52 seconds? That's it? Man. I could use some personal grooming, maybe some eyebrow care. Okay, let's rinse this soap off. Now that my skin is clean, we can use the serum. Well, you know, they say your first time you're supposed to use like 1 drop and make sure you don't get a rash. But I think because it's our first day, we rip 5. Because our skin probably needs the serum. Oh yeah. I feel like there's like nothing left. I mean, I feel shiny. Do I look shiny? Follow with moisturizer. Okay, 2 squirts. Am I a 2 squirt guy? Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. All right. I almost forgot the last piece of the puzzle. This. It's terrifying. It is red light therapy. Let me see if I can put it on. I don't know. Oh, is this new tech? Toe camera? You would not believe how I'm holding this camera right now. Oh yeah, perfect. And then we turn it on by... Am I out of batteries? Well, this is embarrassing. I guess I'll go find some batteries. What do you think?
It's dumb as hell, yo.
You think it's dumb?
It's dumb. It's stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. While I was researching or typing face maxing into Google, YouTube, and Amazon, and just see what comes up. Shh, I'm mewing. I came across these jaw trainers. You are meant to chew on them multiple times a day as a way to strengthen the muscles in your face so that they get bigger.
So we bought these gummy jaw trainers. There are 4 different colors aligning to different strengths. You put them in hot water to let them soak, and then you do like a jaw training regimen. The same way that you would work out your body, you're working out your jaw. Now, in looking at the safety of this, it's not good for you. You should not do it. I'm gonna do it for a month and see what happens. Hopefully not cause any lasting damage. So you do 10, this is 20 pounds first level. You do 10 reps, and then on 10 you hold it and you do it 3 times. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. 10. Can you see? Ugh. Can you see the like what it's supposed to do? Oh yeah. Oh, you can see that. So that was 1 set, and then once we do that, that's my mess. We have to go up through the other colors. Round 2. These are 20 pounds, and I think the black pair is the hardest, and they're 50 pounds. And we'll see if we can actually tell a difference. I'm sure we'll be able to, unless they're just like fake. There's a little bit of a ringing in my ears when I do it, which is worrisome, so maybe I'll WebMD that, but who knows?
And finally, neck training. Now, I'm not ashamed to admit this, but I'm obsessed with men's necks. To be fair, and I didn't tell Kansas, I'm obsessed with women's necks too. But especially men's necks, namely F1 drivers. If you've ever seen an F1 driver in real life or in video, you'll notice that they have a bulging, girthy, gargantuan, pulsing neck. And the bigger the neck, the stronger the jawline. The bigger the neck, the more muscly you look, even if you don't have areas of your body that typically have muscle in the thumbnail. So I am going to be exercising, just like the jaw, my specific neck muscles. I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna do neck isolated exercises to see if I can get more girth, and I will be measuring. And it will be embarrassing, extremely embarrassing.
All right, it's the part I've been most dreading. We're here for neck training. I've been watching these Jake Nippert videos, and it turns out hard work and eating is the only way. So we're gonna start by measuring, then we're gonna do some neck exercises. This is week 1, and we're gonna see if we can get any girth by the end of week 4. I hope this is a reasonable way to measure, but I figure it is. And it should be, wait, how do you do this? I go from here to here, and then I put my finger here, my fingertip, and then pull this right there. 14, oh, I should just do it this way. All right, exactly 37 centimeters. So I think the goal should be to get to, I don't know, 40. How much is a centimeter? 40 might be a big jump. Anything over 37 is gonna be good. Number 1 rule to this is to be very gentle. It's to be very careful to make sure that we don't injure our neck. So we're gonna do some neck stretches, then we're gonna do some no weight, and then we're gonna put some weight on and see if we can actually do stuff. Who knows? Ooh, is it bad if I already feel something? Do I have a pencil neck? Holy. And then we flip upside down. Okay, this one's significantly easier. 9, 10. Then we bring it around the world. Oh yeah. Dude, I feel like I got a stiff neck already. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put on this beanie. We're gonna put a weight on the top of our head, and we're gonna lift it using only our neck. I picked 25 pounds because I have no idea what I should be doing, but holy shit. Oh my God, it's too heavy. It's way too heavy, dumb. Dumb, stupid, and goofy. Number 1 rule to this is to be very gentle. It's to be very careful to make sure that we don't injure our neck. So we don't hurt ourselves, we'll start with 10, I guess. All right, not using our arms. Ah, holy shit. Oh, my neck is cramping. 4, 9, come on, one more, baby. Come on, please. 10. Holy shit. My glasses are steaming up. Can you see that? Oh no, that is so much harder than I thought. That's making me think that I should presumably not do this weight in other exercises. I'll try not to look you in the eyes in a weird way. Oh, I hope, did you guys hear that pop? 9, 10. All right, other side. 1. You think necks can get a pump? What was I at, 37? Oh, I already feel girthier than ever. It's the exact same. Okay, it's the exact same. What did we expect? The next demon to conquer, the purple band. Hold it. Hold it. Oh yeah. Sideways me. Okay, sideways not as easy. All right, well, there you have it. Hopefully this works. I'll be doing this, I think every other day, or basically with every workout, and we'll see if we can get more than 37 inches of girth on my neck. I'll bring in the camera, maybe I'll do some phone recording of it. It's basically what you just saw. We're gonna do another circuit at least of that right now, and then maybe hit some other things because my neck is starting to get tired, but I still have some gym time to do. Okay, good luck to me.
Okay, I know I mentioned liking F1 drivers' necks in this video, but I really like their necks. So much so that I've gone to multiple F1 races in the United States. But Rochelle and I have been talking, and we'd love to go to a race internationally. But traveling to an international race can be really scary if you don't have access to a network on your phone. And that's where today's partner, Saily, comes in. We've talked about Saily before. We talked about how easy it would be to use in Korea or Japan, places I've gone over the last few years. But as I'm planning a trip to, I don't know, maybe Mexico for the Grand Prix, Brazil, those would be easy ones. Maybe we go to Belgium, maybe we go to Bahrain. Who knows? Saily is gonna help us out. How? By giving us an easy one-click data plan that we can activate as an eSIM once we get to that location. It's as simple as downloading the Saily app, which I have done here, picking a plan for the country, loading the eSIM on your phone, and that's it. Then you just have a network where you're going. The prices are extremely affordable and you can completely eliminate roaming fees, which is huge. There's global and regional plans depending on where you're going. Maybe you're hitting multiple countries, maybe you're just going to one, but all you need is the app. And if you're stupid like me, you can avoid scams. If you've ever been to another country, there's people selling SIMs or other data devices, maybe at the airport or outside train stations. If you have Saily, you know that it's just gonna work and it's gonna be safe. So use my code if you're traveling. If you wanna use Saily, that is saily.com/Stanz, and download an eSIM. It's super simple, it's super easy. One more time, you can get 15% off. There's a QR code on screen, there'll be a comment below. If you go to saily.com/Stanz and get an eSIM and tell me where you went in the comments. Maybe you went somewhere cool, that'd be cool, I'd love to hear it. Okay, let's get back to the video. After a week of doing this, I wasn't actually seeing much improvement. But because I was thinking about it so much, every time I closed my eyes, I just saw visions of these YouTubers mogging me and pointing and laughing and pulling my pants down. So I did what anyone would do. I kept going. Now, unfortunately, I'm not actually very good at this YouTube thing, so a lot of the footage I took in this first week, I had the camera in like a slow motion mode. I'm sure Kance is inserting some slow motion footage of me looking like a dumbass here, but that means I lost a lot of the footage. It also means that I have like a 45-minute video of me working my neck out in slow motion that will never see the light of day. Look at my dumbass talking to the camera like I'm not in slow motion mode. There's no audio, you fool! Stop doing this! Learn how to use your technology! Week 2 wasn't a complete waste though. I got a couple of clips to show for it.
Hey, it's Thick Neck here. Going to the gym, big thick neck. Ooh. Hey, see you at the gym, skinny neck. See you there, buddy.
I think this is probably the dumbest thing that I've done this whole 2 weeks.
All right, folks, we are 2 weeks in and I'm here for a check-in. Let's talk about some of the things we've done, some of the things we didn't do, and if we're noticing any differences. I mean, my hope is that I'm starting to see differences. Maybe you are too? I mean, the haircut. Obviously, the haircut is something, but really we're more worried about like the face, the neck, and everything else. We have been extremely focused on using these jaw trainers. Okay, sorry that it looks wet in there. That's kind of gross. So this is the 20-pound jaw trainer. This is the week 2 jaw trainer. I was doing mostly greens and I was a little bit behind in the transition, and it does jump up in difficulty a lot when you go to the 20s. I'm a little bit worried about going to the 30s. I'm already gagging a lot when I do these, and it's already my least favorite part of the process compared to the other things, which are mostly pampering or workouts that feel like they're making me stronger in an area that's not useless like my jaw. Now, I will say I've noticed that when I bite down on these jaw trainers, I am hearing a very high-pitched squeal in my ears, which makes me think I'm doing some serious damage to my jaw, but it looks good. And I also don't understand, so I'm like chewing on these things like a goddamn camel, just all day. Is this gonna help? Is this gonna help this? Because I'm more worried about like my age showing in my neck fat than my jaw. Which brings us to number 2, the workouts. I have done 3 fully dedicated neck-only workouts, which look very goofy and are sometimes embarrassing because I'm doing them at the Mogul Move studio where people walk in or out, and instead of seeing me, I don't know, bench pressing heavy weights, they see me with a 10-pound weight on my forehead doing this, and then eventually there's like a little dot that builds because I forgot to wear my beanie. It's a whole thing. I don't know if I'm noticing a difference in actual like neck girth. Maybe, but I will say I was extremely sore after doing the workouts, and that soreness has to be indicative of something, right? Actually, you know what? What we can do is measure. What were we, 37 centimeters before? Oh, I should have pumped up first. We are now right there. which is, holy shit. Wait, what? That's more than 38. Is there a world where we put on a centimeter in neck girth? What's a centimeter? I guess if you're like a gamer who never does anything, maybe. But I have been actively training my neck, doing the neck works out. I look like an idiot, but if we're getting results, we're getting results. I'm actually really surprised. 38 centimeters is great. I think my goal should be 40. Is that crazy? Two more, a centimeter on each side? By far, the best part of this entire process has been me washing and moisturizing my face and using little serums, little potions on them every morning and night. But with the moisturizer, with the washing, I feel like I have no acne. I've finally given my face the moisture it deserves. My forehead is smooth. It's not only smooth, because smooth would be something, it's like dewy in a way that before it was an arid desert. So I'm extremely happy about that. I was actually talking to Ludwig about this process the other day, and he told me that maybe you noticed it, the I Did a Thing Liar Liar Pants on Fire video came out. And in that video, I'm willing to admit it, Ludwig looks badass. He's actually like the strongest he's ever been. He's the least body fat he's ever been. He's got a huge jawline. And of course, there's like a fireball in front of him that makes him look even more epic reflected in his glasses. And we got to talking about how our desires to look a certain way can be like mentally unhealthy. And especially when you're like relating that to content and potentially how you look to like new people, or I mean, for someone like Ludwig, millions of people, or at least hundreds of thousands of people who don't even know who he is, are gonna judge him at first glance based on how he looks. So I'm starting to think a little bit more deeply about what it means to be doing this process, which is to me like a goofy little experiment, and more about like why I am doing this process. And we'll see, maybe I'll have some deeper thoughts about it. But I'm a little scared that it's like a race to the bottom. And that eventually, if I am not like fully taking care of my head and face all day, every day, I will like look at my thumbnails in disgust. And I don't think that's a healthy way to live my life. So suffice to say, I'm actually having a lot of fun with this process, really enjoying the exercise and the facial care, not enjoying some of the other aspects of it, like the jaw trainer. And I'll see you guys with my next update. The third week went by basically the same as all the others. I upgraded my chew exercises. We're going up to 40 pounds. Holy shit. I can't even move these. What the fuck? I kept doing my dumbass neck workouts. And of course, kept up with my skincare routine. Even the red light mask. Don't mind me. Just doing some laundry in my silly mask. Good enough. So red. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of week 3, which means we are almost done with our Facemaxxing test. I am still on the red jaw trainer, which is I think it's 40 pounds. It was the week 3. Those are fucking ridiculous. Every time I do it, I feel like I'm breaking my mouth in half, and I actually don't think I'm really doing anything. So my recommendation, if you were to follow, I don't know, this routine, if we decide it works, would be maybe don't go that far. Stay on the blues. I actually have the blues from last time right here. Stay on the greens and just keep chewing that way. Or chew bubble gum, which is another thing that I've been doing. Let's measure my neck really quick. See if we made any more gains in the gym. I think we were around 38. When I flex, it shrinks. I need to like anti-flex. Oh yeah, that's the fucking way. Oh, 38 and a half. Oh, okay, we only added a half a centimeter. We are basically right there. 38 and a half, boink, 38 and a half. We were trying to get to 40 by the end. I guess if I did a half a centimeter in a week, the chances of me getting to 40 are a little bit ridiculous by week 4, but we'll continue trying. Wow, can you get? I feel like I can see a difference. What's up, ladies? Okay, just because I'm doing this Facemaxxing doesn't mean I need to act like an asshole. So I was noticing some improvements, but none of this matters if I don't get the thing I'm actually after in the first place. More views on YouTube. So to test if this is gonna work out in the long run, if my experiment is gonna be successful, I needed to start taking new thumbnail photos. All right, if we are going to take new thumbnail faces, I can do what I normally do, which is just start rolling a video and go, he did what? But I think the prudent tip would be to watch a recommendation from these other people and then try and copy what they do. We don't need to learn how to walk that way, which is a little bit ridiculous, but maybe like, I don't know, top 3 poses. Well, let's just watch this. It's a short. How long could it be? Okay, this guy looks normal. Is he going to slay? Okay, he's actually changing hella settings. I'm doing this from a computer. Oh, that's cute. Wait. He cooked on this one. Okay, take your arm, pull it forward, front arm up. Oh, shit. Should I look in the camera? He's looking in the camera. But how are they gonna see my sick jaw? What if I do this? How to take, oh, what about this guy? This guy's got a jaw.
Let me teach you guys how to take a better selfie.
Okay.
Then you're gonna go over to portrait mode.
Do these people only have
After you go
iPhones?
into drag the sundial down so that way it's nice and moody.
Okay. Is it
Look off
moody
in
in
the
here?
distance, take a photo.
Oh, dude, this one's great. Looking off into the distance.
And you just created a masterpiece. Apply a preset for my bio.
Dude, that looks like shit. This is a preset he's selling? Dude, this has 240,000 likes? He looks like he just came out of a microwave. How to be more
Here are 3 tricks
photogenic.
to be more photogenic and
If he gives me iPhone settings, I'm gonna lose it.
photo. Turn your head slightly away from the camera to expose your chin.
Oh, slightly away from the camera.
Next is to make sure that you got some pretty strong posture. Keep those shoulders back, chest up, head up slightly. And number 3 is to do something with your hands. Whether you put them in your pocket or in your jacket, do something with them because this is what really makes the picture look awkward.
All he said was to turn and do something with my hands. Okay, add that to the
I was at a
photos.
How do you find the perfect angle for the perfect picture? And if you're someone that's trying to look more of a cute guy, take it from a lot closer like this.
New thumbnail face. How to mewing. Wait, tongue behind front teeth. Tongue up to create a vacuum. After getting tips on how to pose for my thumbnails, I want to kill myself in real life. Let's make some thumbnails, I guess. I went through, found the best faces, and cut them out. Ready to be given to Shuko, who's my editor for the gaming channel. If you don't know, I actually have a gaming channel, youtube.com/StanzButGaming. You can watch me play many games. Lately, it's been Football Manager. Do you like football? I like football. Go check it out. But the reason the gaming channel is interesting is because I put out a video every single day. And that means we have tons of videos with which to gather data. And if we switch from our old thumbnail face to our new one, we should start to notice something. But I'm not gonna pawn this off completely to my gaming channel. I'm gonna get at least 1 video, if not 2 videos on main using the new thumbnail face and hopefully different styles of content so that we can pinpoint and see if it is actually the thumbnail face or other factors that are changing an increase or decrease in views. But first, I had another week to conquer. It's funny looking back because I can tell that I was really over it at this point. It had lasted a long time and you just feel really stupid wearing the red light mask and doing the jaw training. I'm gonna try and do, it is my final week. I am gonna try and do level 4, the 50-pound jaw trainer. Jesus Christ. I can't even close my mouth with the other ones here. Let me get, this is green is week 1, just to show you how much we can crush here. Oh yeah. See? And this is week 4. I said it at the beginning, but whenever I do that, I hear a high-pitched ringing in my ears, and I am so confident that I'm causing permanent damage to my jaw and or ears. What are you gonna do? You gotta get that jawline, man. Even the things that I liked a lot, my alien sex toy on my face in the mornings, weren't bringing me joy anymore. Keeping it on gentle today. I feel like maybe I've been overdoing it. Another day, another dollar. So I decided to treat myself to some downtime. And then finally, after what truly felt like years, we made it to day 30, which is my final workout of the entire journey. Fogged up. God damn. That shit's hard as hell. Can you see it? I'm gonna try and do 1 more of each, but turn it off the camera. But was it worth it? What were my YouTube views gonna be like? And what was it really like going through all these experiments for a month? This is such a different video than I normally do. Well, I sat down a few weeks after the end of the experiment and checked the data and got my thoughts together. All right, folks, we're here. We are at the end of 1 month face maxing. I have been training my neck. I have been washing. I have been moisturizing. I have been chewing on jaw trainers, gum. And honestly, when I'm just eating regular meals, I'm chewing as hard as I can, trying to make a difference so that we can improve these YouTube videos, improve these click-through rates, and become the biggest YouTuber in the world. First things first, let's check in on the girth maxing of the neck, because that is maybe the thing that I was most excited about. If you remember last week, we were at 38.5 centimeters, which is exactly, sorry, let me pump up real quick. I was at 38.5 centimeters. So I would love to, I've done probably only 2 dedicated neck exercises since then, but I think that's fine. Right here. All right, we've got, holy, flat 39. I mean, hey, yeah, I'm the one measuring and I'm also like a big goofy goober, but with the amount of soreness I've been feeling doing it and with how much effort I've put into this, even compared to other things along this experiment, I have truly been training my neck as hard as humanly possible. And hopefully, I mean, shit, let me know in the comments if you guys can see a difference. This was like the first step. I remember when I started this process looking at like F1 drivers or boxers and how thick their necks were. And I was as envious of them as I was of these other YouTubers that are looking really good in their stuff. Let's move up from the neck to the jaw. We're gonna go floor to ceiling here. For the past month, I have been using jaw trainers, and I was trying to follow their regimen of going up from like the lightest jaw trainer to the heaviest. I was not able to get up to the black jaw trainer. It was actually way too hard and gave me a lot of TMJ pain. So I stayed along the middle. I went back and forth between blue and red, and we chewed and we chewed and we chewed. And I also chewed a shitload of gum over this past month. And as scary as it is to say, because I truly think that these will cause more damage than positives, I'm just letting you know, if you feel anything in your jaw, don't use these. I have noticed a massive difference. And if you just like look right here, that muscle is not a muscle that I have had at the same level beforehand. And at first I was just thinking, well, Stanz, you've been doing a lot of exercising, you've been conscious of food, I've lost a little bit of weight, I got a haircut. Maybe it is just the thinning factor of your face and losing weight and getting a haircut. But I truly believe that these jaw trainers, along with like mewing and all these other processes, things that I'm just finding myself doing while standing still, have had a noticeable effect on my jaw width. Your mileage may vary, be very careful medically, but I will say I think I'm feeling an effect from them. Maybe it's a placebo, who knows? Again, I'm a dumb guy. Let's talk face. I have been washing and moisturizing my face. I have been using aloe face masks, and most recently, I've even been using some under eye cream at night and before I wake up, just to try and do as much as I can here. I have also been using my red light therapy mask, and between the two, I think the washing and moisturizing has had 1,000% returns. I think the number one thing you can do for Facemaxxing is face cleanliness is care. And if I was going to pick one thing throughout this whole process that I think made a major difference in how I look and feel over the course of 30 days, it would be general facial hygiene. Washing, moisturizing. And the moisturizing is the big thing. I think a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you gamers out there, maybe you're like washing your face or even just rubbing it with water or using some of these more harsh facial cleansers, but you're not putting that moisture back with your lotion, and that's what you have to do. And that is when I started noticing the biggest difference was slugging by just putting as much moisturizer on, rubbing it in like halfway, and then just letting it sit while I sleep. Absolutely good. The red lights, they didn't do shit. Now, I know what you're saying, Stanz, but you did both. How do you know it wasn't the red light therapy that saved you? There's no way that did shit. I did a little bit more research into it. It turns out the kind of red light you need cannot be provided by these little LEDs that I bought on this like Chinese knockoff red light mask. It was a fun thing to do, and it did slow me down in my day, which is always nice. It became like a meditative process. But I do not believe that red light therapy mask did anything for me during this whole process, and I would not do it again. I'm gonna absolutely, that is something that is just gonna go straight in the garbage, or I'll give it to someone else in my life, who knows. So that's what we've done. Did it have an effect? That's what you're here for. You wanna know the numbers. I have been in my YouTube dashboard trying to parse this data, trying to figure out exactly what I have learned about this process technically outside of mentally and physically. And I had a perfect way to compare this. So we have two YouTube channels. Well, we have more than that, but we have two YouTube channels in which we ran this experiment. Let's start with the gaming channel. Now, recently on the gaming channel, we've been playing this game Football Manager 24, and it turns out people really, really like Football Manager. It's a game that is popular, and you might be thinking, well, wouldn't that make it hard to tell if there's like a difference, the efficacy of these treatments you've given to yourself? But when we started Football Manager, we were using the old thumbnail face, and now that I am on new Football Manager, all of our videos are using these new thumbnails that theoretically are at the end of this Facemaxxing regimen, and we can see if there is a statistical difference. And what we are going to do is check the impression click-through rate on day one of the video being released to see if there is something more appealing to the normal audience, something that is set the same across all these videos when compared. So that number, for example, for Football Manager 2024, my first ever video managing the real football was 5.1%. Now, I think this is a really good thumbnail. I think I am well lit. I think it has the title of the game. I think it has like a really appealing character. You might look at this if you are a fan of Football Manager or gaming and think like, yeah, I'll watch this video. So if we are releasing other Football Manager videos, we should see if there's a higher day one click-through rate. And it just so happens that in my most recent Football Manager video, I look like an absolute tool. I have been looking this man in the eyes for the past few days. It is upsetting to me. And what's really upsetting is, ladies and gentlemen, it looked like it worked. 9% click-through rate on this video. It's got Football Manager 2024. It's got a red arrow. You might be saying, hey, you're getting 4% from the red arrow. I don't think I'm getting 4% from the red arrow. It's just got me just kind of looking in a sultry way towards the camera. I think actually this picture is worse lit. I think that other than that is very comparable to the first one. And we got a massively different day one click-through rate. So I'm thinking we cooked here. We solved this problem. It turns out YouTube viewers are fickle. They want beautiful people, not ugly people. Or they want, people who are more traditionally attractive than people who are more normal or non-conventionally attractive or whatever you want to call it. And so I dove deeper into the numbers. And what I found out shocked me. It didn't actually matter at all. In all of these videos, I have Football Manager. I have a logo that has like white background, and then I have me taken with the new videos. This one is 4.2%, which is very in line with what most videos on the gaming channel were getting. It is in fact even a little bit below this video at 5.2%. We have this one, me as like a true manager savant, and it's just sitting at 4.8%, like maybe a little higher. But I think the suit maybe could be cause for that, or the hands, or the like cool question mark. It is not statistically significantly different from these other videos. Here's my old face. I actually think this thumbnail is really good. My editor Shuko made it. It's well lit. I have a cool crown and scepter. 5.3%. So it turns out that how appealing the thumbnail is way more important than what my face looks like in that thumbnail. This video is at 9%, but it turns out this video is at 9% because a huge Football Manager YouTuber, Zealand, made a video about me. And so a lot of people subscribed to my channel. This was the first Football Manager video they saw in their feed after that, which explains the 9%. So after looking at the gaming channel, I think we can say that my face had almost no difference. And in fact, we should spend more time making compelling thumbnails like this versus strengthening my jaw or thickening my neck. But my gaming channel is smaller. My gaming channel is not the end-all be-all, and in fact, most of these content creators that I've seen getting sexy, I gotta stop saying that, it's making me feel uncomfortable. Most of these content creators that I have become jealous of are doing it on their main channel that is a little more variety focused. So let's look at my main channel, for example. I've been doing videos on main that span a wide spectrum of content. I've been doing puzzle videos, I've been doing trivia videos, I've been doing some gaming videos, I've been doing react videos, I've been doing drama videos, and we have hundreds, if not thousands of videos we can look through with my old face and a few with my new face that we can judge it on. Let's start with this, which I believe is the worst face I've ever made in a thumbnail ever. I actually look like I just woke up from a coma. 5.5%. This is better than the click-through rate on my gaming channel. This is in line with most things I've done. Now you might say that, hey, this is a side bend video. People were clicking on you to see that, but my face didn't scare those people away, which is something that I was positing. This is one of the first videos I did on main using the new thumbnail face, theoretically thicker neck, posing in a certain way, face nice and clear, hair coiffed, 4.7%. So I started thinking, I don't know if I'm comparing apples to apples. I think that like the content is different, the faces are different. If only there was a way I can compare something that was essentially the same video with the only difference being my face in it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you I did exactly that? I released this video, a month and a half ago, before I started my Facemaxxing journey. I made my friends puzzles. It was a mistake. And in this thumbnail, you can see myself, Ludwig, Atrioc, green play button, old face. And in this video, you can see essentially the same video that I released a week and a half ago. And the only difference, I didn't even move Ludwig and Atrioc. I made the background red and I used my new Rizzler face. And on the old video for day one, we had a 6.6% click-through rate. That's juicy. That's a good click-through rate. It could only be improved by me being more handsome, right? If my hypothesis was correct, we should expect a number higher than 6.6%. This is it. The culmination of 30 days of hard work. 6.6%. Ladies and gentlemen, I released essentially the same video with the same people, the same thumbnail. The only difference being I had a better is the wrong word. The only difference being that I had a face-maxed face, and we saw no difference. It turns out, based on my research, that face-maxing has made no difference for me. That I have essentially spent a month doing something that didn't matter for my intended goals. Ladies and gentlemen, when I started this process a month ago, I'm now realizing I did it because I was scared. I did it because I was insecure. I did it because my peers, not even my peers actually, I did it because some of my closest friends were having massive success on YouTube, and maybe I felt like I wasn't. But when I realized that, something clicked. That's an absurd thought. I love these people. I want to see them successful. They love me. They want to see me successful. It is obviously not the way I look in this. Look at all the YouTubers. There's millions of great YouTubers out there doing things. And they're not thinking about if they moisturize 3 times a day. They're not thinking about if they trained their neck or they're getting vascular down here. It was an absurd thought that was just allowing me to hide behind these true feelings. And that by expressing those feelings and thinking about those feelings, I could work past them and just start making fucking fun videos again, which is the whole point. Look at my main channel. I've been making fun videos. I've been doing things that I enjoy. I have been doing more collaborations. I've been doing more goofy things. Hell, I've been doing things that I think are really stupid, like listening to every Weezer song. And I'm gonna put it on YouTube and I'm gonna have a great time. And it doesn't matter if the numbers go up. And it doesn't matter if my neck is thick. And it doesn't matter if my click-through rate is higher on day 1, because this is such a sick job and I get to do it. So all in all, I'm not going to continue to do most of this stuff. I'm going to immediately throw away these jaw trainers. I am probably going to wash my face because that was really nice. That was a nice little treat, right? But I'm doing that for myself, not for other people, YouTube viewers. Not for what I think other people think about me, how I look in thumbnails, or how many views I get compared to my friends. I'm just doing it because it's a nice little treat. And I think that we should all treat ourselves that way. I think that we should be kinder to ourselves, whether we're YouTubers or work other jobs or are having problems at home or doing anything. Just have a little bit of grace, have a little bit of empathy for yourself, and maybe don't neck max. Maybe don't think that your jawline is going to get you out of these problems, because it's not. Thanks for watching this video.